No, you don't need the.
I'm doing this my way. He a legend, he a legend, he a legend. He a legend, he a legend, he a legend. He a legend. Welcome to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league of idols. Welcome to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league of idols.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Pikel with League of Items, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take all of the highlights from all around the world and put them into one Esportscenter video. So welcome to Esportscenter worldwide. Yeah, so I'm not going to do a pick segment anymore. I've been making picks every day for all of these games, and I figured that the best way to do it is to keep them for my Patreon supporters. So in my Discord, I have a separate text channel that says My Picks. I give my picks for every major league in the world every day. And that's something that I'm going to keep for my supporters from now on. I'm going to do some other kinds of videos, but if you want access to those picks and to talk about DFS, and most importantly just to support the channel, then please take a look at my Patreon page. Thanks again for watching, and that's about it. So, let's get into it.
Welcome back to Summoner's Rift. First up, we turn to the LPL, where LGD and V5 face off in the mid lane on even gold. Dragon is coming up and LGD is on soul point. Mole dives onto Syndra, and Xie will fall first. But Long Shi turns on to the Samd with the Monkey King spinning to win. Kramer manages to take out Mole and marks Thresh for death. Wei Wei is way dead, and say bye-bye to Bew Bew, because it's an Infernal Soul for LGD, and we're off to Game 2. LGD and V5 find themselves on even gold again, but this time V5 has the Dragon Edge. LGD gets split up by Ornn's ult, sending Mord forward and sucking PP God into the Shadow Realm. Naught and Mord die first, but it's still anyone's fight 4-on-4. Ashe misses her ult onto LB, but Samd don't miss. Graves is knocked up and knocked out by Bew Bew, and V5 backs off onto Dragon. Now they're on soul point. At the 35-minute mark, V5 has the inside position on Dragon, but LGD needs to contest. Mole is looking for a flank, but it's Ornn who uses his ultimate to knock up the backline and zone off of Dragon. Graves dashes in, but his attempts are dashed. V5 charges forward as Thresh gets slammed by Samd, who also takes that Ashe out on the back end of the fight. Long Shi manages to kill LB, but V5 takes Baron and closes out the game. Game 3, LGD is taking Rift as they're collapsed on by V5. Leave it to V5 to come at you from all angles. Their disfigured disengage is dumpstered by Ornn ult. 3 are caught in a choke point and are choking on Kramer's fumes. 3 fall, and LGD secures Rift Herald. At the 22-minute mark, LGD has a huge gold lead, but V5 found a mole on their Samd and prayed to the PP God to make it go bye-bye. But there's no way LGD lose this fight. V5's blasted posture is pounced on by Ornn, knocking up the false PP God, who perishes. Xie blocks off their escape route, and Mark gets in the thick of it as Kramer ults V5 again, cramming it in their cram hole and taking the series 2-1. GG LGD. Oh my god, it looked hopeless in their first 2 matches. Some believe they're cursed like their top laner, and it smells like their sorry support was hacked into pieces. At the 28-minute mark, EDG is posturing in mid lane for Dragon Soul, giving Galio a flanking position to blow up OMG's entire team with one fell swoop. He taunts the whole team, and Hope unloads. It was an easy game for EDG in Game 1. OMG managed to accrue a 4k gold lead in Game 2, but Renekton tries to solo Dragon as the rest of his team takes Baron, a questionable call from an unquestionably bad team. Syndra takes out Renekton with a flurry of balls to the face as the rest of their team is trapped in the Baron pit. attacker tries to ward hop so he can flash kick Ezreal, but is instantly put out of his misery. Oh my god. More like, oh my. Gross. OMG is taken out, and EDG finishes the sweep easily. And we're headed to Europe, where yesterday's winners of the biggest upset look to go back-to-back to start the split against a disappointing Schalke squad. At the 22-minute mark, both teams are setting up for Dragon. SK Gaming has the better position around the Dragon, but SO4's going nowhere, just like their season probably, unfortunately. Genax is looking for a flanking opportunity on Aatrox. Inox is poking down Trick, but Nautilus pushes it to the limit just as Trundle takes the soul, and SK turns to fight. Orianna ults Aphelios, but he flashes forward, taking Schalke low before Kindred and Wukong both pop their ultimates to turn the fight. Now everyone is low, but it's Schalke who flinches first as their members fall, and the team falls to 0-2 on the season. Crownshot and SK secure the crown, and their second victory in Week 1. In Game 2, Misfits is getting fitted for their casket by Rogue. Hansama is overextended in the mid lane, baiting Razork and Dandan to chase him down. Aphelios is ulted by J4, but Thresh lands a hook onto Vlad, who is one-shot before he could pool. DOS is DDoSed, and Misfits is vanquished by Vander and co. Rogue wins! Mad Lions must have been mad getting stomped by G2 because they tore XL a new one at Dragon. Varus is insect by Lee Sin and is taken out, but Lee dies too. Orianna secures the Dragon. XL makes an extra large mistake, trying to run away from Yumi, who climbed upon big-assed steed. Hecarim, who tells XL to cries me a river. XL is in an extra lost position. Yumi and Heck rush towards Baron, and Varus almost gets the steal, but Lee secures the Baron as Hecarim tramples the backline and creates a chaotic teamfight in the mid lane. Ezreal TP's mid for a KS, and XL is aced. Mad Lions picks up their first win of the season. Vitality faces off against Fnatic, coming off a surprise victory yesterday, but Selfmade creates the plays for his own damn self, kicking J4's ass into the waiting arms of Reckless, who blows him up. With the jungler down, Fnatic calls for Baron, and Set TP's over to Baron Pit. Vitality is still looking to contest as their entire team walks up. Baron is falling down quickly, and Thresh approaches slowly through the jungle, makes his way into the river, but Blitz says, "My hook is bigger!" pulling in Thresh to an immediate death. Syndra secures the Baron, and Set falls to Aphelios, but Azir dies, and Fnatic has won the teamfight and taken the Baron. Fnatic is trying to put the finishing touches on the game, sieging multiple lanes. Vitality looks solid at first, but Thresh pulls in Set and is instantly taken out of the fight. The inhibitors fall, and Fnatic wants some more. The first tower falls, but Blitzcrank is rooted under the tower and is taken out. But Azir is feeling froggy and shuffles in, ulting two members of Fnatic, but dies instantly. It's not enough, as Corki gets a quadra kill and eyes up his pentakill. We're looking at you, Thresh. Come on, baby. Give us that pentakill. We all want the pentakill. Come on. Dive him. Dive him. Get that Thresh. Get that Thresh. Get that pentakill. Set died somehow. That's not good. That's bad for the pentakill. And then he's still running around. He's not giving the pentakill. He's being a bad bruv. LeBrov the bad bruv. That's his new name. Come on, man. You're not going to give up a pentakill. Come on, you're a rookie. This is what you're supposed to do. We gotta learn you some manners. He walks back off of the fountain. Corky steps up and gets that Wait, he bought a GA. What a loser. What a loser. And then we get the pentakill anyways, but what a loser. I cannot believe him. Kinda stylish, but what a dick move. Speaking of dick moves, G2 is getting dicked down by the big losers from day one OG. Upset. is looking to be on the other side of an upset today with Baron buff. They're sieging G2's base and easily take 2 inhib towers before turning onto the inhibs. Now bot lane is also in big trouble. Corki is shoving in another wave. The base is being flooded with minions. Is there anything G2 can do to withstand this onslaught? Unlikely. Ezreal tries poking them away, but Set flashes in and face breakers Lee Sin and Ezreal with Yuumi on top. Perks dies on the fountain, and the Nexus towers are falling. Wukong dies. Zoe's all that's left, but she's also killed. Yuumi is the only one left standing as OG finishes off the game and wins the... For our first Brazilian highlight of the year, we have Vivo Keyed up against Prodigy. Vivo Keyed has been disappointing so far this split, but already have Cloud Soul as they start the Baron with 2 members. Prodigy uses Ezreal to scope out the pit, and they realize getting on my last Minerva will take down Baron. They chase down Vivo Keyed, but as they move into a choke point, they get re-engaged on by Nosferus, and the engage is pixel perfect, taking out the Yeezy bot lane, allowing Vivo Keyed to shove mid lane with Baron buffed minions. It will take a miracle from Prodigy to hold on. The inhibitor goes down. And it's FNB who engages. But Santa Claus is coming to town and cuts her down. Ezreal and Yuumi come back onto the rift, but after everyone jumps on his ear, he divides and conquers, putting his team on his back to close out their win. Vivo Keyed is Vivo victorious. Kaboom and Santos face off in game 2 with a 5k gold lead on Kaboom. Both teams are looking for a fight, but it's Camille who finds the engage and jackpot. Camille ults Jason, has Ziggs for the wombo combo. Kaboom shows up late, but somewhere over the rainbow tosses Desabe and Seos way up high before killing them, and Santos take down Baron. A few minutes later, the game is tied as Dragon Soul comes onto the rift. Santos starts it up from an advantageous position, and as Elise flashes over the wall, it's secured by Trundle. Nautilus falls and Ziggs is low, but Elise and Leona die first. There's no stopping Santos, and they found a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Jackpot TP's in to secure the win, but Yang looks to take out Ziggs and Azir. Hit the Nexus, Santos wins! Pain Gaming is caught on Baron, and INTZ is envious. Robo TP's in on Camille for the flank, and it looks like INTZ is inting. Castles to try and save the backline, but Galio is coming in hot, trapping Ezreal for BRTT to finish off. Camille still has her ultimate, and Domo Origato, Mr. Robot, gets a triple kill, and aces INTZ for another upset victory in a wild day of Brazilian League of Legends. Furia has a big lead over Flamengo, who is off to a disappointing start. One of these teams will pick up their first win. Dragon Soul is spawning and both teams are moving into position. Flamengo tries to take out mid lane, but is engaged on. There's a facebreaker and Lushka is lost. Bankai quickly goes bankrupt. Raven and Ranger both die. And after taking Baron, even the Super Saiyan Goku couldn't bring back this one. Furia wins! Our long day of League of Legends ends in North America, where the only thing worse than solo queue are the professional teams. In Game 1, we have Counter Logic Gaming, who countered all logic by not making a roster change during the offseason. They're starting off their season by tossing a perfect game for the enemy team! Evil geniuses must have used mind control. How else could you explain the pathetic performance of CLG, who picked a poke comp and gouged out their own eyeballs? Hey there, pussycat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yuumi and Nidalee did nothing all game, but it's Cassiopeia who is the first person to fall when the Snake Lady dies, opening up the base for Evil Geniuses, who takes down all 3 inhibitors. The minions flood the base, and it's a simple siege to end the game. The Nexus towers fall, and bang! A perfect perfect game from evil geniuses. In Game 2, we have the Battle of the X's after Doublelift broke up with his new girlfriend and returned to TSM. Liquid is on the dragon, and Spica must have caught feelings because he goes in, baiting Bjergsen, who needs to flash out. TSM's bot lane is caught walking into the river, and Biofrost is a dead man. His dead body is frigid, but Bjergsen continues to push forward with Spica through the tribush. Doublelift flashes out, but moves forward. Spica comes over the wall, and Bjergsen is looking for an ultimate. Shoots his load onto Tactical's back, but it's not enough as the TPs come in. Impact makes an impact and eliminates Bjergsen. After securing Baron, Team Liquid is looking to close out TSM in a final push, who is trapped under their tower, but they spring forward and Taric is looking like a fool with his ult on the ground. Liquid successfully takes down Aatrox and Taric. TSM is left on the fountain, but they cannot defend from this position. Spica almost goes down, but it's Bjergsen who is the first to die on the fountain. And Spica goes back in to take one kill. But after it's all said and done, Team Liquid leaves Doublelift alive so he can watch as they take the Nexus. Immortals is down big, but is still looking to fight in the mid lane. Set engages first in a 3v4. Ignore flashes forward and charms the backline. TPs are coming in, but Soaz must have some bad karma, because right when he joins the fight, Solo dies alone. Power of Evil slithers into the mid lane and gets off an ult before being taunted herself. Immortals is actually keeping this one close, but they can't finish off the Snake Lady. Galio sneaks into a bush and tries to engage once again, but Kindred is a saint, and Santorin arrives just in time, saving Rakan and Cass. Galio ults back in, but FlyQuest is triumphant. Galio is still alive and manages to take 2 more before dying to Ezreal. In their base, Immortals is on their last legs, but after being hooked, Set engages onto Immortals. Ignar springs into action and charms the backline while the rest of Immortals is picked off one by one. Galio lands a 4-man taunt, but there's no one left to follow up, and FlyQuest closes out the game. In the final game of the day, Golden Guardians and Dignitas square off around Dragon Soul. Golden Guardians has taken it down below half, but Fiona forces Graves out of the pit. Viper and Afro dive the backline, and as Graves dashes back in, Trundle flashes to steal away the Drake. Golden Guardians couldn't win a fight with a 5,000 gold lead, but they look to turn at the end of the fight. Echo goes in, Kai'Sa goes in, but Echo falls, and so does Kai'Sa. After securing Dragon Soul, Baron, and the Elder Dragon, Golden Guardian sets upon the base for the final fight. Viper is alone in the bot lane, and Renekton engages with Kai'Sa close behind. He's taken low when the Elder buff executes Set, creating a 5v4. The inhibitor towers begin to drop, and the inhibs follow close behind. They quickly take down a Nexus tower, and Dig can't clear out the minions. Damonte is looking for a dive. Gets in and takes out Orianna with Graves. Leona dies. And Ezreal follows close behind, giving Damonte the revenge he's been looking for. The Golden Guardians win!